let's get to Trey Lance. He is entering year 2 in the league. It's his first year as a starter. He's 22 years old. Given where he's at in his life and his career, and sort of the track records of other famous NFL quarterbacks the last 10, 15, 20 years, what do you think a good historic precedent would be for Trey? What do you think? What would you compare him to?
Yeah, I think, well, I mean, a lot of people want to go the Mahomes route. And I think comparing the situation certainly is warranted. But what Mahomes did and what Herbert did, and even Burrow, I mean, those guys are unicorns. That is not the norm. That is not the way quarterbacks normally come into the league, right?
Yeah.
But a very good player did come into this league a while back. His name is Andrew Luck.
Okay.
And he played his first season. But when you look at his second season, the stats were good, very efficient. I think that is probably more what we should expect from Trey Lance. I'm going to give you the numbers here in a second. But thinking he's going to come out and be a top 5 quarterback immediately, or expecting Mahomes, Herbert type leaps, I just think is extremely unrealistic. I think he can eventually get there, but expecting it right away is so unrealistic. So, in my opinion, Andrew Luck is the guy. Andrew Luck in year 2, 60% completion, 4,200 total yards, 27 total touchdowns, 10 total turnovers. If he has a season that's that efficient, I think everybody would be very excited about Trey Lance. And I think that that is a realistic expectation for Trey Lance.
That's funny. I went to a different player, but the production's pretty similar. I'm looking at Russell Wilson. And Russell Wilson was much older when he came out. His rookie year, he was 24. He had a lot of experience in college. His second year, he was 25. But if you look at his numbers, like they were, the first 3 years of his career, he pretty much had the same season 3 times in a row. His first year, he had 26 touchdowns, 10 interceptions. His second year, he had 26 touchdowns and 9 interceptions. Like, he was very consistent. He didn't throw very much. He do about 400 times in the season, completed about 64% of his throws, had about 3,200 passing yards. He was just very consistent, very efficient, ran the ball, averaged about 5 yards a carry, and won a lot. And I think, to me, when I watch Trey Lance, he reminds me of a much bigger Russell Wilson in every way. I don't know if he's going to be as accurate with the deep ball as Russell Wilson was, but just in terms of the pocket mobility, the smarts, the arm strength, the confidence, it's just instead of being 5'10", he's 6'4".
Yeah, right. Which is, yeah, absolutely. I agree with you. I think I could see a Wilson, I could see a Luck, and I think, again, when you look historically at quarterbacks, even the great ones, that's more in line with what you should expect from these guys. The unicorn seasons are not, that's the exception. That is not the rule. So expecting Mahomes type seasons is not realistic at all.
And just remember, Russell Wilson won a Super Bowl in his second season as pretty much a passenger in that offense. Now, quarterback's never a passenger, but that was a run-first offense. It was all about Marshawn Lynch, similar with what the Niners are asking Trey Lance. It's not about you dropping back 650 times a year and peppering, being Patrick Mahomes. Just be Russell Wilson. Be young Russell Wilson. Hand off a lot. Be a threat with your legs, but just carry a few times a game and hit some big plays. That's what Russell Wilson always did. He didn't throw a lot, but when he did, he hit a few big plays, and he would, when he did run, it'd be for a first down or a touchdown. And if Trey Lance can be that kind of a quarterback, they can win a Super Bowl.
Yeah, I think Wilson probably, the way that I remember it, was very timely with his rushes.
Yes.
Always got it when the other team needed to stop the most. He was able to pick up a first down with his legs, right? If you can get that from Trey Lance on top of just being efficient and not turning the ball over, that is the biggest gripe I've always had with Jimmy Garoppolo. If Jimmy Garoppolo realized that his skill set is a game manager and he just stuck to that, I would be totally fine. But he turns the ball over way too much. He does not protect the football. So if Trey Lance can just simply come in as a young player and not make a bunch of bonehead mistakes and improve as the season goes, that's a win because the team is winning. As long as he's protecting the football and improving week in and week out, the team is winning a lot of games.
He
I'm
does
cool
not
with that.
have to be Patrick Mahomes. Russell
No, of course
Wilson
not.
was excellent and efficient, but he was not the star of the offense. It was Marshawn. And here it's
Yes.
going to be Debo. Especially if he's playing running back, it's going to be Debo. Just help Debo be better than Jimmy, because Jimmy essentially limited Debo. Don't limit Debo. That's your job, Trey.
Right.
Don't limit Debo. And I think he can do that, because when we saw
Yeah.
Trey play, all of a sudden Debo was catching 60-yard touchdown passes. Like, oh, yeah, there you go. Something he can't do with Jimmy. There you go. You don't have to be freaking Dan Marino.
No.
You don't.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. But if he is, that's a bonus.